They compared their hand size with yours. Changbin, I was trying to open a jar of pickles in the kitchen. She had been at it for a solid minute, twisting and turning the lid with all his upstream bags of food and blood. He took her and walked over. Let me see. He reached for the jar, but Ryan held it back. No, I can't wait. I just need more beverage. She tried again. Her face went. Sure, she muttered. But she was smiling, not showing off. Said, this round he picked up her hand and placed it in her yarmulke corner. He laughed, bringing her hand up for a closer look. He examined each of her fingers, gently pressing the ball of his thumbs against her palm. His expression shifted from she reached up and shook her small hand, covering part of his face. Promise, promise, he said, leering again in her villain face. So, what do you want with this? Seungmin, Ryan was in the home office trying to untangle a mess of charging cables behind their desk. She had been at it for 10 minutes, her fingers working diligently. He reached into the tangle of wires, his fingers working alongside hers. Their hands moved repeatedly, but neither paid attention. They were both focused on their task. Wait, he said, his mouth frowning. Is that right? Is that but right? She asked. He placed his hand against her palm to palm. His hands were noticeably light. call you from now on. Every Jeongin. The late afternoon sun streamed through the living room window, casting warm shadow across the floor. Mine was curled up on one of end of the sofa, and a book resting on her lap. Here he sat, appearing in the doorway with two mugs of hot chocolate. He handed one of her jars, his fingers brushing against her. The mug was He took a step back, wide adoring smile still plastered on his face, his hand twitching at his side. I'm going to leeknow. Mine was in the kitchen preparing dinner. She stood in the counter chopping vegetables. They were practice days. Her focus entirely on the task at hand. The rhythmic sound of the knife. What are you making? He asked, walking up behind her and his face, and just some stir fry. She replied, leaning back into his embrace. He hummed contently. Mine paused, looking over her shoulder at him and puzzled expression. Why just curious? Give me your hand. Then she just sat down until the knife and turned to face him. Turned him. He wrapped his finger around her, enclosing her hand and completely in his grip. Interesting, he murmured, and his voice thoughtful. Interesting. Mine repeated. He squeezed her hand gently, his thumbs brushing across her knuckles, and then he lifted both of her hands and lips into them, one after the other. He held them against his chest. Then he pulled back, glanced at the half-chopped vegetable on the counter. Come on, he said, taking her hand. Let's finish dinner together. Felix. It was a lazy Sunday morning. Mine was sitting cross-legged on their bed, scrolling through her phone. Felix was beside her, still half buried under the quilt, his blonde hair sticking up in every direction. Good morning, sleepyhead, she said softly. Morning, he murmured, and he was still thick with the sleep. He leaned her against, and Ryan continued to play with his hair for a moment before an idea struck him. The difference was immediately obvious. His hand was sufficiently large, his fingers were longer, and his palm wider. Ryan's hand looked tiny in comparison. Her fingers hyunjin. One was painting her nails at the small one table in the bedroom. She had laid out her clothes, polished, and was carefully applying a soft concealer to her neck. Need any help? He asked, making her jump. Hyunjin, his face folded, turning to glare at him. You scared me. Sorry, sorry, he said. You're not looking excited at all. He walked over and took the pair of mirrors. You did a good job. Thank you, she said. Please stand. Almost done. Just need to do the other hand. If you do it, he offered, surprisingly. Deal, she handed him the polished bottle and he held her right hand out, and Hyunjin took it and turning it over in his palm. Bang, bang, there's you like it, subscribe